Longer term, protecting our economy and preventing another mortgage crisis. The banking regulation that was passed recently, even the proponents of that legislation admit that it will not prevent future mortgage crises. It will just make them less frequent and less severe. There's one simple piece of legislation that would prevent future mortgage crises. Hard to believe. Simply require banks above a certain size to own a minimum of 30% of every loan that they make for the lifetime of the loan. Our mortgage crisis occurred because we had coercive lending going on, where mortgages were pushed on people that didn't know better. Maybe they should have, but that's a fact. They were given subprime mortgages that were going to have balloon payments that they weren't going to be able to afford. And then banks bundled them together and sold them, misrepresenting the quality of the mortgages. And those mortgages were defaulted on, and it caused the mortgage crisis. If banks were required to own 30% of all their mortgages, they would have a stake in those mortgages, and they wouldn't do those bad practices. I've talked to many financial experts about this idea. They all support it, everyone I've talked to. It's very simple, very basic. And if I were elected, in my first 100 days, I would have dinner or lunch or breakfast or coffee with all 99 other senators, and I would talk to them about this kind of problem solving. They're human beings. I would move them on these issues. I would get them to think about them and support them. I've done a lot of committee work in my life. I know how to work with people. Of course, after that, we have to fight the lobbyists that would move in and try to prevent them from doing what's right. But that's another issue.